I'm really looking forward to working with the Collins family because they're at dire straits. They're pulling their hair out, and if they don't get my help, things are only just going to get much, much worse.
Yep.
Household rules. They're important because if you don't have household rules, your children don't know what behaviour is acceptable and what isn't acceptable. The first one is respect. No spitting, no kicking, no punching, and no shouting. If you spit and you punch, Mummy and Daddy are going to give you discipline. There has to be a consequence for it. What?
Joseph, stop it.
Stop it, I've not finished talking. Mummy and Daddy are going to say to you, stop that behaviour. If you don't listen, you're going to go and sit on the naughty zone. If you swear at your parents, there won't be no warning. You'll go straight to the naughty zone, okay?
So from now on, we're going to stick to the house rules. And Dad and I are both going to do it together, okay?
You have to follow them rules. You will, Ben.
One.
Ben doesn't want to listen to the house rules. He feels there's going to be too much to change because at the moment, he's got a free life. He does what he wants, when he wants, how he wants.
Ben Collins.
I explained to Jason and Karen that when their children misbehaved and broke one of the house rules, that there would be a place where they would go, and that was called the naughty zone. This is the idea. We give the child a warning first, okay, in a low-tone, authoritative voice. Come down to your child's level, use eye contact, and you firmly tell them, no, stop that behaviour because of, and you explain when you give the warning. If the behaviour continues, it's straight into the naughty zone. In this situation, it was important to make sure that if their children's behaviour was naughty, that they would separate them, because to put them in a room together would make the children fight, or they wouldn't take their discipline seriously and they'd start laughing at one another and egg each other on. As a second level of discipline, I introduced confiscation boxes so that when they misbehaved, a toy would be confiscated and placed in that box. We're pulling the reins in. What we're going to do is we're going to give the children 10 toys each to play with, and every time one of the children come and break something that belongs to somebody else, we're going to take away one of their toys. And the only way that they could retrieve it back would be to behave in a manner that would warrant them to get their toy out of that box.
If they're really naughty and they have 10 taken away, then they don't have any toys left.
It didn't take long before I was showing Karen and Jason exactly how to use the naughty zone. Karen, deal with that, please. We were in the living room and Joseph hit his sister, and when Mum gave him a warning, he swore at her and then spit right in her face.
Right, Joe, listen. Level.
Watch this. He spits in your face. You bring him in and you say to him, you do not spit at anybody because that behaviour is unacceptable. Do you understand? Now you stay in this room. Joseph was not given in to the naughty zone. And then all of a sudden he peed in the middle of the floor like a dog.
Want an apology, Joe?
No.
I want an apology.
Right, if he doesn't get one, we go. Let's go. Now, if he can't say he's sorry for that behaviour, then he stays in here. Yeah? Close the door and put him back in. Don't get him.
He's on again. No, in the room.
Ignore it. I can't believe this 4-year-old has just given his mum the finger. It's just disgusting.
We've got a lock on the door, so why can't we just lock the door and keep him in there for his defined time?
You can't lock your kids up to control them. Whilst Joseph was in the naughty zone, Ben swore at his mother, and then she had to place Ben into another naughty zone.
You come out, Ben, when you stop swearing, okay?
No sooner had she got one child into a naughty zone, the other one had come out of theirs.
Back in the room. Now, come on.
There were times when Mum was really struggling to make the naughty zone technique work because the boys were pushing the technique to the extreme limits.
Ben, what did I say to you? Ben, in there now.
No!
When I saw the two boys escaping from their respective naughty zones, I knew Karen would need my support to enforce the technique.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Right, one child, one room. Karen, you're stronger than him. Pick up your young son.
Joseph got so angry at one point that his tantrum had worn Mum down and she was just about to give up, and so I intervened.
That was a big relief to me because I really felt like I was getting support. I was very impressed with how she dealt with Joseph.
I'm not too convinced that Karen can continue it. I think the desire to do it is there, but I don't know if she'll be able to do it.
He's 4 years old. You're now in charge, and not him.
It's incredibly vital that Karen learns to manage two children in two different naughty zones at the same time.
You say sorry first, and then you can come out.
Sorry.
No more swearing, okay?
Very quickly, Ben had learnt to realise and take the consequences for his actions. Joseph's rebellious behaviour had lasted for an hour and a half before he gave in and realised that Mum was in charge of this situation and not little Joseph.
Why don't you apologise to me for your bad behaviour and then you come out and then on you go?
Karen does have a lot more work, but she's taken the first step, and that's a milestone for Karen.
Daisy went in and out quite a few times, but it was a lot less stressful than shouting at him, and I didn't feel so wound up. Hopefully it can only get better from there. Go and get a drink now and we'll make some cakes.
Now that the kids are learning to respect their mum, they need to start learning to respect one another. In order to get the children to focus and respect one another, I introduced the treasure hunt game. Who's ready to play a game?
We're going to do a treasure hunt, and what this is going to do is enable the children to advance their skills and working together as a team. They're all going to have a question to answer, but in order to have fun and find the clues, you have to hold hands.
Yeah.
Well done, lots of praise, lots of encouragement. Have fun with the kids doing it. Are you ready?
Excuse me to eat ice cream and jelly. What am I?
What do you think it is, Joe? Can ask for help.
There's a spoon. Spoon.
Spoon. Are you all in agreement?
I thought the treasure hunt was really good, and it was really nice to see them working together instead of arguing and shouting at each other. It was lovely to see that they could get on together.
It's enjoyable to be able to see them interact and not start beating each other up and swearing at one another. It's very refreshing.
So you know where you're going? Who's the leader? Go then.
You found it!
Oh, excellent. Right, you're doing really well, aren't you? You've got to look high and low. What are you going to do now? And what are you going to be as? Team, yes!
The treasure lies in the living room. Living room guarded by the lady in blue. That's Jojo.
Jojo.
What's that? What's it, Ben? Invitation. For Ben, Lauren, Josh and Joe out for lunch. Lots of fun for all. Well done!
Yay! The treasure hunt was a complete success. The children worked together. They saw their parents giving them praise and encouraging them. And at the end of it, getting the treasure about going out for a meal. It was all positive that, we worked as a team.
Coming up on Supernanny, Joe's trip to England starts to pay off, and Karen is faced with getting the kids to school on